not my man. You're not my man. You're a genius.
Right, good. Yo, this light thing makes me look clear and good. This is great.
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, invest in lights. You see my lights out here.
I've had
baby.
these. That's the thing, because I have a green screen. They came with the green screen came with like a set of lights.
Wait, are you gonna use that green screen? Because I can use it.
No, I use the green screen because like I just so Oculus just updated some shit. So now with the Oculus, you can broadcast your voice and all that stuff when you do it, because for some reason they just didn't enable it on the headset. Right. So now I can do full on streams with the green screen, so you could see me just goofily playing games. So I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna do walkthroughs. Kairu's gonna do the streaming because he pulled it off and it looked good. And he has a supercomputer. I'm gonna do walkthroughs. So I got a couple of games that I'm just gonna blow through and do some reviews for. Nigga, last night I was after we got off, I jumped on fucking this game, what's it called? Fucking Pistol Whip. That shit is fun as hell. It's like dance gunning, like Dance John Wick the game. Like you shoot on beat and shit and you fucking dodge bullets and you get headshot. Yeah, it's mad fun. I was like, yo, this shit's where I was like sweating. I'm like, this is a workout. But you know, the Oculus is fire. Yo, they updated it so much. It's not even the same as when I bought it, bro. They enabled 120 hertz mode. Like they enabled so much dope shit. Like yesterday I was talking to you guys in the chat before we jumped on Dying Light through the Oculus, because they added that. They added your phone app to it. So now I can answer texts through my headset. Like this shit is dope, bro.
That's fire.
Yeah, they added so much shit. And I'm like, yo, this shit just keeps getting better, bro. Like it's insane. I've been having a good fucking time with that shit. I love that shit. I put in so many hours and now it's just like, it just keeps getting better. Like they're making it because they know it's killing. It's like leading in the VR headsets right now. So they're just like, yo, let's just keep making it better. So when people jump in, you know, they can fucking be comfortable. But anyways, episode 149 of the Not Your Man podcast. That would have been good if we had our Veterans Memorial Day episode of 150. But
that's stolen valor, dog.
Facts. I see people posting so much shit, and I'm just like, all right.
You know, it's something that always stuck with me, because my dad was in the Navy, and he was in Vietnam, and he used to always say, like, be like, I hate this fucking holiday, and I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, because nobody ever celebrates it the right way. He's like, you're not supposed to celebrate it. No. He's like, don't walk up to a soldier and say Happy Memorial Day. He's
yo, I'm glad your peoples died for some fat old white dudes to push buttons in a room. Happy birthday.
It's like, he's like, it's not Happy Memorial Day.
No,
it's like, that's not how the fuck you say it.
What's funny is,
it's always stuck with me.
I always thought about it as like, what's funny is like when I think of Memorial Day, it's like let's bust out the grill. So it's like, yeah, to remind you of the charred bodies from napalm,
right?
I don't know. It's funny because both of my parents is in the military, and every my birthday is always, the week of Memorial Day. So they just celebrated my birthday. Like it wasn't even about like Memorial Day. Like they just got fucked up and celebrated my birthday.
Like Memorial Day wasn't happening.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's like it's supposed to be a day for you go visit the graves.
Remember it.
Yeah, you go, you do stuff like that. It's not just because you got off work doesn't mean like let's get drunk and barbecue. Like you can do that later. But the point is supposed to be, and people are just like wilding out. Like people on Twitter getting at Kamala Harris for saying, have a good extended weekend. And they're like, yeah, I'm going to have it with my buddies. And it's like a picture of a guy and a bunch of pictures of dead. So it's like, relax.
Yeah.
Relax.
That's that energy though.
Labor Day, they're gonna talk about all the people that's been like shot down in offices and shit. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna have a great Labor Day, missing my fucking dude that was shot in the face because of fucking shooters. Like, yo, bro, take it easy.
Yeah, it's funny though, because like a lot of the main holidays are ridiculous, are like rough ones, like a lot of the ones that we like get off from work are rough ones, and then
How long before, you know what? I don't know if I should say this.
I was thinking, I think they should start swapping some out with, you ever look at that calendar? There's like a calendar that I'm pretty sure millennials made it, but it's like of just every day has a holiday.
Oh, yeah.
I think we should start taking, because some of them are good. Some of them are good.
Yeah, some of them are good, but I was going somewhere darker.
Oh, yeah, I know. You know how you do. But, Happy Memorial Day. We're canceled immediately. Like you don't say Happy Memorial Day. Shout out to the people who,
Yeah, I've never said like happy Memorial. It's like saying happy 4th of July.
I would
It's
say
just-
like have a
it's just-
good Memorial Day.
Yeah, it's like have a good Memorial Day weekend. Like that's what I say.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
the weekend. Like I always lump it into
safe.
one
Stay
fucking
safe.
thing.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's
Stay
like,
classy.
we all get a day off, extra day off. Stay safe. Be good.
Yeah.
Stay safe. Be good.
Okay.
Don't offend anybody. I'm going to try not to offend anybody because I like to offend people, but let's be good.
Yeah, me too.
I do. I love it. It feels good, honestly. But then again, oh man, I got trolled. I don't know if I got trolled because the dude wasn't trolling. The dude was serious. That shit that I sent in the chat, that was the most ridiculous. What's funny is before we jump into this, I got to get this off my chest. I'm not going to take any shots of this dude because that's what he, whatever. He probably wants that. But someone posted about only listening to mainstream stuff that's like heralded and like loved after 10 years of its release. So he only listens to stuff that people recommend, that people review highly. And that's it. He doesn't go looking for his own music. He doesn't dive through their catalogs. Like, let's say he heard Good Kid, Mad City's the best fucking thing ever. And he's like, I'm only going to listen to that. I'm not going to listen to anything else Kendrick until he puts out something that's like won an award and shit like that. And
Or somebody tells me to.
yeah. So I'm just like, that kind of sucks. And I was like, if that's how you want to live, that's how you want to live. But I'm like, I just don't think that's fair for like a lot of the people that money overshadows. And
Thanks.
he went fucking crazy. He's like, oh, I don't believe in conspiracy theories and all this bullshit. And then he's like, give me an album that after, that did good when it came out, but isn't talked about 10 years later and blah, blah, blah. And all this shit like, oh, you can't name one and all this weird. And I'm like, bro, that's not what it's
Name
about.
Bob off the back, bro.
Yeah.
And because of the incident.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying.
fucking-
And that's like praised, but that wasn't like when it came out, it just did okay. It did.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, all right, he wants to go and he's like, and he just, he gets all rah because he knows big words. He's one of those fucking dudes. And he talks his shit because he knows big words. He thinks he's smarter than everybody. And he went on this huge circle of talking and all this stuff and like was disregarding my points. And then I was just like, yo, honestly, I gave you some valid points, but I'm going to give you some personally. I think some albums, like, I'm not a fan of The Blueprint. I'm not a fan of Jay-Z. I thought, remember, we talked about this when we started. I was like, I don't think Watch the Throne is that great.
We argue about it at least like a couple times.
And I feel like that album isn't even talked about like now anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I think I was right to say it's not, heralded after 10 years. But like, yeah, you liked it, which is fair, which I'm not going to take that away.
I loved it.
But I'm like, yo, and he went in this whole big circle. And then he ended, when I stopped responding, I was like, all right, I'm not going to follow this. He ended by saying something about, oh, yeah, it takes time, money, and effort. And I was like, you just proved my point.
Money.
Yeah, you just proved my point. Like, where's the fucking conspiracy theory? You just said it. And what's funny about that, which makes me, the only reason I get at stuff like that is because this dude is a fucking weirdo. So he went on a whole tour because he was like, I was afraid to read in public. So he went on a whole like homeless tour where he rode a bike all around the world and just did like poetry in the street to kind of like raise money for like a whack album that he put out. And he did all this stuff, but I'm like, you needed money. And now he still like posts, anytime he posts these controversial things on purpose online, he posts his website because that's the only place you can get the album. I'm like, there's a reason you're not putting it on all streaming and you're putting it directly to a website. Money. But there's a reason people aren't listening to it. Money. Like, so I'm just like, it's a conspiracy theory, but people like that, like who just think because they argue the loudest, they win when they look stupid. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you just look like a fat fucking loser arguing online and like crying about something and then proving yourself wrong. So I'm just like, you just like to feel cool, like whatever gets you off or whatever, you fucking weirdo. But like, it is what it is. Like that shit was mad fucking frustrating. I was like, really? And it wasn't like frustrating to the point of like, I'm like, oh my God. I'm just like, bro, you just fucking contradicted yourself.
I guarantee you he's one of those that only listens to his own music unless somebody tells him to listen.
But see, the thing is, he also does shit like where he tries to sell like a service where he's like, I'm going to help you better your music. But his music's whack. And then it's also like his fucking, he has homies, right? So now considering some of his peoples, they make fucking fire music. Like I know one of his homeboys, I don't fuck with the dude like that because the dude's kind of a snake. He does snaky bitch shit like quietly, but he makes fire music. I'm not going to take that away from him. And his boy is one of those other money hungry dudes that doesn't get his shit seen anywhere because he wants more money than he spends. So it's like, how do you prove that? You listen to your boy's music.
Right.
And why is that not heralded? You're like, oh, I could listen to this for the next 10 years. Okay. No one else is going to say that because no one else heard it because he needs money behind it. Dummy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just shit like that is just fucking stupid to me. People like that are fucking retarded. Like, I'm not saying there's a fucking conspiracy, even though I do believe in a lot of crazy conspiracies, but
yeah, I was going to say there's definitely conspiracies.
But at the end of the day is money. Like at the end of the day, all those conspiracies, all the shit that you want to mix up and fucking prison system and bullshit, blah, 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 is money. It all revolves around money. Money is the key to everything. You hear a song a million times on the radio, it's not for free. Yeah. And it's like we're getting to a point now with music where all the people that he was like, I only listen to these people. And he's like, they don't have enough money. They wouldn't have that much money to be played that much. And I'm like, no, dummy. The fact that they had enough money to make their shit reach that point and they did maybe put out a masterpiece. It costs money to keeping their names out there. You know what I'm saying? Like off of that, they're going off the strength of that masterpiece. Like Drake hasn't put out something super fire and mad long. Like, let's keep it a buck. He hasn't put out something like absolutely super fire. He puts out some solid tracks. He puts out some other stuff. But the fact that his shits will always stay up top is because he puts money towards it. He's recycling the money he's made. You know what I'm saying? Like, so these people are these people are toxic. They're fucking stupid. They're the fucking antichrist when it comes to this fucking rap shit. So fuck people like that. Fat virgins.
Oh, that's how you really feel.
Yeah. Fat fucking virgins that sit behind a computer and sound cool because they know a few fucking words that are more than 9 letters long. Like, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, yeah, like fuck off. But anyways, Johnny's Corner's done. We started off the week.
You done your tattoo?
Yeah, that's my tattoo. Don't be a fat fucking virgin that sits behind a keyboard and gets off on rubbing a rabbit skin on your shit while you tell people big words and make them feel stupid even though you condescend yourself. But anyways, first project we did was 5 Slaps with a Z by Troubles and El Pinche Mata. This project it was a good time. I'm not gonna lie. This one kind of slid. It was definitely the way Walco put it, smooth old head raps. It's like old gangbanger, you know, like old school retired gangbanger raps. And it's just smooth. Like they're not saying big shit. They're not like flow. There's like one flow per rapper and the beats are smooth. This is West Coast shit. Like they're just having a good time, bro. Like they probably recorded this with 70 niggas in the studio, you know, drinks.
Mad 40s everywhere.
Yeah, 40s everywhere. One specific 40 too. Fucking Tecates and shit. But like this is a good time, man. I wasn't mad at this. This is like, I guarantee you everyone that was involved with this project has a dope lowrider bike. You know what I'm saying? Like a dope ass bike.
I was thinking I could see this in some kind of like a soundtrack for like a cartel movie or like some kind of fucking South, like, you know what I mean? Like West Side fucking lowrider movie. Like,
yeah. The about the team that's in between the cartel, like they speak to the cartel, but they're not the cartel.
Exactly.
It's about them, like the frontline guys, the street guys. Like you're in the wrong hood, they say, like them.
Exactly, bro. You get it.
It's fire though. I fucked with it. I mean, I liked it because it was the production is wild, but it was also it's digestible. It's like simple. And it's straight to the point. Like and it felt real though. Even though it was simple, it felt like, all right, they know what the fuck they're talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right.
Yeah, the credibility is what makes it sound better.
Yeah.
Because if this was somebody else doing this and I didn't believe them.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, on some bullshit. If it was fucking like Tom McDonald.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, I posted something funny in my story today. But someone on Twitter was like, yo, I don't know why this made me think of that. People who just rap about shit they don't know about. But someone was like, I know Joyner Lucas is writing a Palestine-Israel song right now from both sides.
So fat.
Yeah, they got to delete that because he would see that corny shit and try it. He would literally try it and go off of everything.
I think he might. It might be like the rule. What's the rule 32 or whatever the fuck it is? You say something, you curse it into existence.
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously, we got to delete that so he doesn't fucking see it. But it is what it is. So the next project, shout out to this one. So I threw this in the chat like quietly, but this is actually my cousin's husband who used to rap back in the day and he like chills and stuff like that. And then he just decided, him and his boy was like, we want to put out just a dope street album to blow a kiss to the 90s hip hop that they love, like that street shit. So this was 20 Years of Pain by Jay Holly and Prime. Shout out to Prime. That's my cousin, you know, it's my cousin's husband. It's my cousin now. But shout out to them for putting out this project, man. This project slapped. This shit was hard as fuck. Like this shit it definitely brought back the feeling of those like, you know, those hood shit, like old school Mobb Deep type shit. And the beats they picked were fucking dope. The quality was super clean. You can tell they put grown man money into it. The pacing was nice. And it was just their chemistry to back. Like, even though they're both rapping about really aggressive shit, it's just the deliveries and the cadence and like the subjects that they both picked. Like they weaved in and out of it. So fucking dope. I was like, yo, I fuck with this, man. This shit was super dope. This is like aggressive old head shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is kind of in line with the other project, just
but this is the New York, just the New York version.
Exactly, just a different coast.
Yeah, this is the New York shit. Like this is made for people who love Paid in Full, the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. This was supposed to be the soundtrack to Paid in Full.
Yeah. Fact, yeah. This is supposed to be the soundtrack. This shit was fire, man. They were rapping, they were punching. Their deliveries were like that slow, cold delivery. And it was just heavy street shit and like two different worlds of it. And it's dope, man. Shout out to Prime, man. He does that. He on that miracle spiritual vegan shit too. So shout out to him. My man beat COVID with CMOS gel. So fuck with him. That's the man right there. But yeah, I was hyped to see like Dice. You know, I send it because like Dice Gate keeps rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, he does.
Yeah. So, you know, I wanted to see how he felt about it. And he gave it an 8. So I was like, I'm super hyped about that. So it's a good time, man. Check it out. If you missed that old school golden era type sound shit, this is perfectly in line with that. You know what I'm saying? This is that. So next project was The Blade of the Shortcut. This was by Verbal Kent and the other guys. Dice loved this. Dice giving things a 10 blows my mind sometimes.
I don't know about 10. Again,
I wouldn't give this a 10.
The second time he's done this.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't give this a 10. This was like a solid 8 for me. I think I loved every beat. Every beat was like absolutely fire. Verbal Kent, what he was saying was super nice. Don't get me wrong.
Ooh.
But he had moments of stiffness.
Yes. And
the delivery, I hate to say it, but it's like the white stiff, you know, had a little bit of the white stiffness. You know, I don't want to, you know, I'm not trying to, you know, be ridiculous, but you know what I'm saying if you know what I'm saying, you know? It's just a little too pronounced for me.
Yeah.
There's no like slide or seasoning to it. It's just like, I'm going to pronounce things very correctly the whole time. And it's too, you know, for rap, I want some swag. I want some sauce. You know what I'm saying? But it was fire. Don't get me wrong. Like, this is a solid 8 for me, not a 10, but this was fire. And this is for me.
Yeah, it just wasn't perfect.
Yeah, it wasn't perfect. And what's funny with like, because like, I don't even know if the dude's white, because if he isn't, I'll be super shocked. But I'm pretty sure he's white. And for Dice, I don't know if Dice knew, but he had to know. But I feel like Dice giving a white guy a 10.
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't think he knew.
Yeah.
I don't think he knew.
I think Dice was like, you know what? He sounds white. He got to be mixed. I'm gonna take his side. He gotta be mixed. I'm a rock with him. But this shit was fire, man. I did enjoy this. Like, it was super dope. I just didn't, you know, 10 is gonna be perfect. Like, but you know, it is what it is. It's a good time. I mean, it's a good time regardless. You're not gonna hate this shit. But there's moments where you wish he had a little bit more saison to his delivery. Like, he mastered his delivery for sure. But there's points of this where you need some sauce. And like a lot of the features, they kind of help. But I need, you know, if he would have had maybe 3 like Harlem Cadence type dudes, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like rappers with like all the sauce, that would have made this, you know, that would have helped. That would have been that contrast. But either way, still a good time. So the next project was 2 Birds, 1 Stone by Jamil Name X. So this one was fucking dope, minus the first song. The first song was absolutely ass. I don't know why it's on here with the weird Lucky Charms beat. I'm
glad you said that.
Oh, it was fucking garbage. I was like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, this is bullshit. Get this shit.
I was looking at the rating, and then I started listening to the project, and that's the first song. And I was like,
yo, honestly, after that, I was like, this is going to be bad. And I'm glad it fucking picked up. because this shit started off. So we're doing the Two Birds One Stone project right now.
Okay. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, it's all good. But so this one, like, after that, the rest of the project's a good time for the most of it. Like, it's a good time. Like, the production starts to pick up after that first beat. He starts to pick up his raps. He was going into different bags, which I really liked. And he was doing everything all on his own. He was doing singing stuff and he was doing all sorts of shit. And it's a good time. It had like these skits and stuff too. But I do feel like he was trying to hit a balance of like old school and new school, which shows that versatility. But I would like to see a project like that. I wanted him to work on something. You know what I'm saying? Because this felt a little simple. This felt like he breezed it. Like,
some of the singing wasn't really doing it for me either.
I think it was solid. I mean, I feel like a little bit of mixed love could have fixed the singing a little bit more. But I think it's good. I like seeing people do it on their own. I mean, I root for people who try. But
I only like the second half of the album. I didn't like the first half.
First half was weird, but I mean, it picks up. It picks up. That's the thing with this. I feel like he tried a lot. It was ambitious, but once you figure out what you like, I feel like then it's good to just like get crazy. But not bad. It was solid. I mean, I'm not mad at it. So the next project was the Art Dealer. Was this Cheek 4? Miguel. This is a little 4-piece he dropped. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I like Miguel as a feature. When he does his own stuff, I feel like it's very hit or miss.
Yeah, it is hit or miss. I mean, I liked his definitely like Kaleidoscope Dreams.
Yeah.
Kaleidoscope was that his name of it, but this one I didn't like it. I didn't. Yeah, and I like Miguel. I like Miguel. He's never put out like a full project that like hits for me. It's always like, I'll take a few songs out of this. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like an EP from him is just going to be like, all right, I'm going to just put out some throwaways until I put out another full project. And I don't know. I'm just not a fan. He's kind of like a, what's his name? He's like a more pop, a more expensive version of what's his name? Fucking Dollar Sign. Not to say they sound the same. Not to say they sound the same, but I put them on that like almost. I put him as like
on that same playing field.
Yeah, because they're dope for like features, but their full projects just never do it for me. And then like the EPs, they're just not. I don't know. I'm not drawn into it. And Miguel sounds dope. He has a crazy voice. He's fire. Like he can string together a dope hook. But I think that's about it. He needs motivation. You can't just have a good voice. Singers be lazy, bro, because they don't need to do much. Because shit just sounds good. Like your voice is an instrument. You don't need to do anything. You could put out an a cappella album and it slaps. Just off your voice if it's that good.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And I wouldn't even be mad. Like I till this day, I still listen to the fucking Boyz II Men put out like a fucking barbershop quartet album where it's just them singing and like doing the beats like all vocally and shit like that, and I love it. And I listen to that more than most things because like they don't need to do anything. I mean, they're Boyz II Men, but still. Now, speaking of dope voices, shout out to my wife. This is Be Right Back, Georgia Smith. Fire.
I love Georgia Smith ever since she featured on Drake shit. But I was just a fan ever since.
She is fire. She hasn't missed as far as I'm concerned. She is feature fire and her projects have been fire. Like she's nice. Like, and the thing with her is this album compared to her last one, they don't even sound the same. Mm-mm. And they're both fire. Like she's just dope. She's just dope. And she be rapping too.
Nah, I didn't know
she did a feature and she blacked the fuck out. I gotta send it in the chat. You're gonna be like, what? But she's nice. But she's dope, bro. Like, British people be different. They got multiple bags.
Yeah.
They be acting as Americans and shit better than Americans. And rapping and fucking sing. Like this project slap, bro. Like she was going fucking in. Like this is like just soulful, beautiful music. And it's not just her being lazy with her voice. She's doing all sorts of shit with her voice. Like she is mixing it up. She's making flows. She's doing dope hooks, catchy shit. And she doesn't have to go that crazy because of how dope she sounds. So it was a good time, man. It was super, super dope, man. This is that type of project that couples that are in therapy decide to start staring in each other's eyes for 10 minutes to up their intimacy would listen to while they do that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? This is for that. This is for couples that do yoga together. This is, you know what I'm saying? Like this is some deep soulful shit. And she sounds great, but she also could ruin that relationship because have you seen her?
She's bad.
Bad.
She's bad.
It's not even fair. It's not even fair.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
One night, that's all I need.
She reminds me of like if Doja Cat was upgraded fully. You know what I'm saying? Like if you had
you got the full software upgrade.
Yeah, like if you had like Doja Cat Platinum, you know, deluxe. That's what she reminds me of. Bad. So the next project, this is for the potheads. This was Russ Buffalino, The Quiet Dawn by Burner. Burner is one of those artists I can't fully get on board with because I don't think he stands out. But I think he makes decent music to an extent of where he picks good beats and he picks great features mostly. But he's so boring to me. Like he just doesn't sound. Yeah, he doesn't sound like anything. Like when I think of Burner, I will never have a song come up in mind. When I think of Burner, I think of when he lit that joint in Asa Akira's ass on World Star. That's it. That's the Burner I think of, you know? And that's it though. He just doesn't, even this project, I was like, oh, this project sounds cool, but it's as if he was muted. Like I just don't, right. I couldn't tell you what he sounds like. Yeah, like I couldn't tell you what he sounds like. I couldn't tell you what he was talking about, even though at the time I heard it. He just relaxes on these tracks, you know? So I guess
he does one thing, just does it all the time.
Just does it all the time. I guess that's the pothead thing, I guess. But I feel like the features definitely saved this project for the most part. I was super shocked that Trippie Redd came to rap on this project because I don't like Trippie Redd, and he blacked the fuck out. I was like shocked. I like listened to it a couple times. I was like, maybe it's this Jamo guy. I'm like, no, that's Trippie.
We talk about how Wiz Khalifa had like arguably one of the best verses on the album, then had arguably one of the worst verses on the album at the same time.
At the same exact time.
Same damn time.
Yep.
Yo, he had two verses on his joint. And the first one, he blacked. I was like, yo, okay.
Yeah. And then the second one, he did nothing.
Yeah, the second one, I was just like, all right.
He got too high.
Up real quick.
Too high on his bridges.
Yeah. It's crazy. But hey, shout out to fucking Damian Marley on this and Stephen Marley. Like, Damian Marley is nice. He's one of those dudes that just can make any song 1,000 times better. But even what's crazy is even looking at the features, like remembering them, I only remember the features. I don't remember Burner on these tracks. I don't get it. But shout out to Trey the Truth for also being on here. I fuck with Trey the Truth. He sounded like he need to blow his nose. DMX was on here. That was super solid. T Grizzly did an okay verse for once. I don't fuck with T Grizzly, but he did all right. G Herbo rapped on beat and it wasn't bad. I wasn't mad at it.
He's been doing that lately.
Yeah. Dude, you know who else has been doing it? Blueface. I mean, I know Blueface, it was a joke, and then he put out that album where he was on beat the whole time. But he put out something. I've been seeing people posting it on TikTok a lot. And I was like, let me listen to this song. And I was like, oh, it was actually a solid verse from him, even though like he does scummy shit. He posted that verse about fatherhood. That shit was super scummy shit. That's what makes it worse. Like, even though that verse is solid, it's like the fatherhood verse, and it was a dope verse. You see the shit where he's like on the stream and like answering his phone because he's missing his kid's birthday, and you're like, all right, you know, this verse was to kind of patch that up because you did something scummy. But I mean, that's life. We're human. You know, we're fucking human out here. But yeah, I was like, yeah, Blueface out here rapping too. But anyways, you know, this project was super solid. I wasn't mad at it at all. So then we got another 10 out of 10 from Dice. This was The Hole in My Heart Part 2, the Napoleon the Legend and French legend Akhenaton.
I know he hated giving this 10.
I feel like we all do. I feel like I deliberately don't give Napoleon a 10 because it's probably a 10.
Yeah.
You know,
Napoleon is he's just in a different world sometimes, and it's frustrating.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And
humble yourself, motherfucker. And this put out a shitty album.
Yeah, seriously, give us something whack. And this project slapped. Like, even the fucking features who didn't need to be on here, like that Naps and I fuck with Naps and Dreads, but like even that, like Napoleon just doesn't care. He's gonna do what he does, no matter who's on the track with him, and it's always a spectacle. It's always just insane. Like, this project is dope because he just like, how do you have so much to say?
Right? Like, yo, I barely know what I want for the next album.
Yeah.
And he's just dropping 5
gems and jewels and bars. I can't wait, you know, because like I'm not gonna invest. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna sabotage him. I'm gonna fucking, after like he puts out his 37th album, which is probably in the next 2 months, I'm gonna just study all of them and then just call out all the times he has to recycle something, and I'm just gonna call him out on it and be like, I'm gonna go out of my way to sabotage him and be like, he's just recycling shit.
You said this bar at this time
three
January
albums
28.
ago on track 4, and it sounds close. I want to just go in, like, it's not fair at this point.
It's not.
It's not fair. He's ridiculous.
He's playing with house money. It's just not fair.
Facts.
Yeah. But also, what's upsetting about it? When are we gonna see? Like, I know he does his thing. He blew up in like Africa or shit like that. But when are we gonna see him? You know, fucking. I want to see him rapping like for the Knicks. I want to see him make big moves. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to hear him on a commercial about like a Knicks player's sneakers, like, or some shit. Like, I need him to blow up properly. You know, I need him to be on a track with Nas. I need that. All right. Or AZ first and then get Nas. But that's the legend. He's Napoleon the Legend's fucking fire. He's fire. It's ridiculous. That's 2 10 out of 10s. I didn't realize I posted 2 Dice 10 out of 10s for the week. But all right. So this project I feel like we're going to dive into, because I know a lot of people are going to have stuff to say and this, that, and the fifth. But so this one that came out, this is a Friday release. This was Exodus by DMX. This is his posthumous album. And let's talk about it, man. This album for me, I feel like the engineering was a little weak. Even though it's a solid album, I feel like it was a little weak, and I also feel like it's not an X album.
It's not.
Yeah, okay.
It's not an X album.
Tell me I'm not crazy. Some of these verses sound like they've been pieced together from somewhere else.
Oh, yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be. I don't think, because before he passed away, he said himself he wasn't done with the album. He said he was about 70% done with the album, that he was still trying to put a lot of it together. And there's features that he said that he was working with that are not even on this album. For example, Pop Smoke. He said a couple of other people. The Usher
J.
song,
Cole
I think that was
Sunday. The one that Swiss Beats dropped Sunday, or he did during the verses. Yeah.
There's just a lot that he didn't drop, and then on top of that, it was I felt like the production could have been. I mean, come on, you want to honor this guy who's been great in our community for years, and he's had his ups and downs. But one thing you can't say about X is that he didn't put out dope shit. Yeah, like he was just dope. I mean, the Jay-Z shit that when he went on LeBron shit, he was talking about the DMX shit. And he was like, yeah, DMX. He was like, yeah, you gonna come out with me? And he had went out, and he was like, and then fucking the whole crowd went crazy. And he was like, how can I follow that? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's true. X was the when you think of hip hop. And you think about, like, even aggressive, not the Mount Rushmores and stuff, but you think about real hip hop, and you think about New York rap.
Anthem King.
Yeah, that was X. During that time in the 90s, there wasn't a summer that went by and you didn't hear him X song, on the radio or on somebody's car.
There was even times where every action movie trailer had, you know what I'm saying, like, had a fucking DMX track. So yeah, like that influence is very real, bro. Very, very big influence. Huge fucking influence. And that's the thing with this album. What's crazy, and I hated even typing it. I feel like the features absolutely outshined him, which I respect. Like, you're gonna go fucking crazy, but X wouldn't let that happen. I feel like a lot of this was like, because he passed, a lot of these verses, they were like, yo, we're gonna fucking lose our mind. Like,
yeah, you know, the Jay-Z and Nas one, I really feel like, if X, I don't feel like that was something that
X would have said on that song.
Record, I think that was just something where Swiss was like, yo, Hov, do me a solid. This is for X, and Hov and Nas was like, nah, like, we're gonna do this. This is our brother in hip hop. We're gonna go crazy. And then if X was there, yo, that song dramatically changed.
Yeah. It wouldn't. It felt like Nas blacked.
Nah, yeah. Nas had the best verse on it. I would say Nas had the best verse on that song, but Hov had the best, like, impact, if that makes any sense. Like, Hov, when he was talking, it was more like Hov was really talking about, like, he was talking about like hip hop. But Nas was like,
I'm gonna rap.
yeah, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna rap.
Let's go.
And then like that clash, and then like what they, you know, the X verse, and it's like, you know, like, you know, this was solid.
Yeah, it was like this wasn't X. Like it wasn't, that song wasn't for them. Like it was like literally, it was like if that song was to come out prior to him passing, that song would have had Nas and Hov. Yeah. It would have had probably like, I don't know.
Probably would have just been them two. Yeah, probably would have just been them two. It feels like that was a song, and they added it to it. But then, like then you have that Lox losing his fucking mind, losing their mind on that track, that first opening track, and it's like, bro, like, I don't know, all these songs, like the Lil Wayne verse, like even Moneybagg Yo, like snapping on these songs, and like DMX's verses were coming in kind of lukewarm and like sounding different and like sounding under engineered. It was just like, what's going on? And then you split it up with
like, piece together with me.
Yeah. And then you had that weak ass, you know, the weak Alicia Keys song and that whack ass Bono song. I'm like, get that shit the fuck out of here. And then a random skit. Even the prayer didn't even feel great, you know, at the end. And I was waiting for the prayer, you know, Lord, if you're listening. And it's just like the only song I did like love, like, well, that I was like, all right, this sounded very natural, like they made it together, was the Snoop Dogg song.
Yeah. But I think that was recorded right after the verses.
Yeah. Cause like that was like, all right. And then the fucking Hood Blues was, they added DMX to a fucking Griselda song. Yeah, let's be real.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Because that song is,
I mean, the song was still fire.
It slapped, but like they added him to that. And then like the Walking in the Rain, you had fucking Nas lose his mind again. And it's like, chill out.
Yo, can we just talk about Nas has been flipping?
He's been losing his mind.
Nas has been
Something
flipping.
happened to Nas where the people must have forgotten. He was like, nah, I can't let this happen.
Yeah, like Nas is just like the last couple of features he was on, his last album. I mean, he's been
losing his mind. Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, he's they don't think I can rap. Alright, cool. I haven't been in the spotlight. I've been worried about currencies and bitcoins and shit. Alright, cool.
I bet. Yeah, let me fucking lose my mind. And then the one track on here that I like really loved, but I also was like, all right, this song might have, I don't know, they just added too much. The Letter to My Son, like I fuck with that. The Call Your Father, the Usher one. But even that track just feels, I don't know, it just all feels dolled up. It feels made up.
The Usher one, he already recorded.
Okay, that one slid. No, I know. That one,
he already said
that one slid, but I feel like they added.
He wanted that to be actually the first single to the album.
Well, see, I like that. That song slapped, but I feel like it was just super dolled up after. You know, like I feel like they like over-engineered it, you know, to like make it the closing track. And I don't know, man. It's just, this project was dope, but something just didn't feel, you know, it's like looking at an Instagram pic and you're like, did she Photoshop it or not? You know, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's still a fire pic. Yeah, it's fire, but you're like,
I just felt like they should have waited. They should have took a little bit more time. They should have did what they did with Pop. When Pop Smoke passed away, they took their time. Like,
that project.
Yeah, you know, and I feel like Swiss is so big.
That's what it was. I called it. I said Swiss is going to he's going to fuck something up. I called it because Swiss
it just felt fresh.
Yes, Swiss is very known for doing corny things.
You know who should have took over it? Hov should have just been like, you know what, Swiss, you just worry about production and everything else. I'll worry about
not even get him out of here with the production
and everything.
Hov should have just took.
I mean, but even still, when Swiss works with other artists, I feel, well, not other artists, other producers, it brings out a side of Swiss that's better for the game.
Yeah,
like when he works with Timbo, when he's by himself, everything still sounds like old school Cassidy, Lox, Swiss, D Block. No, I want to hear him when he gets into his bag, when he's working with like Timbaland, when he's working with like, even when he did the shit with No ID and Just Blaze.
Yes. Fire.
That shit is fucking fire, bro. And then how do you not get Just Blaze in here?
Thank you.
Just Blaze, arguably top 5 producers all fucking time. You don't get Just Blaze? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Yeah, I just felt like it was just rushed. As much as I love DMX, I mean, who hasn't grown up and has a favorite DMX anthem? Yeah. Like, you just gotta put it on. You just gotta put. You want to get hype? Put on DMX.
This should have been cool.
Yeah, they should have really just took it. I mean, there's no way that you. Mac Miller, they took their time with Mac Miller's. They took their time with Juice WRLD. They took their time, of course, with Pop Smoke.
Yeah. Pop Smokes.
You have to take your time. This is a post-hominous album. You have to take your time. Put it in a pressure cooker. Bring in whoever you want to bring in, and let that bitch cook.
Yeah.
And take your time with it.
Yeah.
A lot of the vocals on X's album, his vocals wasn't mixed properly.
Yeah, his wasn't mixed. Yeah, like a lot of his sounded.
Everybody else's sounded really good. The perfect example, the Nas and Hov one. You could tell his vocals was not properly mixed.
No, not at all. And it's crazy. It's so crazy. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it.
How do you
put
not
out this album after he passes, because obviously there is, like, let's keep it a buck. There is a certain amount of business that's going to be attached to it. There's a certain amount of money that's going to come from it. But like, don't treat it like just a cash grab. Like, you can put some money into it as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, put some money into it. Like, get that quality up. Like, you can do, you know, you can fucking work on it, you know, but what can you do? What can you do out here? This is just how the industry works. Swiss fucking.
Just gonna have to go back to his old music and listen to that.
I know, but I will be streaming Bath Salts. And what's crazy is, like, he even took the J. Cole verse off of Bath Salts.
Yo, bro.
Why did they do that?
Blacked on Bath Salts.
Yeah, why'd they take his verse off? Like, when I heard that shit last night, I was like, why did they take this off? J. Cole sounded like he knew he was on a track with Hov and Nas. Why would you take that? And what's crazy is J. Cole just dropped. So that's a business move in itself. Like, why wouldn't you put that version on here? You know what I'm saying?
But like I said, it's all Swiss, bro. Because it had, like I said, if it was somebody like Hov curating this, Hov would have took his time. Hov would have brought in Hov would have brought in Rube. He would have brought in
everyone.
Tim. He would have brought in
everyone.
No ID. Everyone. Just Blake. He would have brought in every single. Beyonce would have been on this fucking album. It would have been Alicia Keys. It would have been Beyonce. But let's keep it a buck. But at the end of the day,
track pissed me off. She like dialed it in. I was like, "What is this?" You're the most, you're one of the most talented. You're one of the most talented females in the fucking world.
You know what it is though. Also, it's also the fact that song was also recorded prior to everything as well, because he was saying. It was on that one interview. Oh, I got this song with Alicia. I got this song with Usher. I think the song with Usher is gonna be the first single. This one is gonna go like, you know. And
he wanted to put out some smooth shit.
And you could tell that this album, a lot of the songs that he was working on wasn't on this album.
Yeah.
It just wasn't. And if you're going to do a deluxe, why do a deluxe now when you could have literally just held on to it, put it in a pressure cooker, let this bitch cook, and then put out a quality album that is going, you want to, somebody that passed away, I mean, come on, Biggie, Ready to Die, what was it, Born to Die, I believe.
Yeah.
It's a top 5 album when you really listen to it.
Put out Life After Death, which was it was 2 CDs. Like, you could you could.
Yo, bro, you gotta. This is a legend, and this is not somebody that just like, you know, came into the game, passed away before, you know, he actually got the buzz and everything. Yeah. This is something I expect from a Pop Smoke album.
What's crazy is like,
not from a DMX album.
Me too is like, we've had legends that pass and they've still put out stuff that's fire. Like when DJ Premier put out that last Gangstar album, and he had like the uncut verses and he like redid some beats and all that stuff. He did a fucking, like, that sounded like Guru is alive now. You know what I'm saying? In like 2019, 2020. So like, you could have did that. Or when fucking A Tribe dropped in, was it 2018? And they had all those Fife verses and stuff like that they made sound like he was still alive, like he just recorded. Like they made beats and stuff that curated to those verses that they had in the tuck, those unreleased verses that worked so fucking well that you wouldn't even question it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
or even when M did shit for his dog, what's his name?
Yeah, for Proof.
From D12. Proof. And all the shit that he did for Proof. I mean, he literally did it for Proof's family, but when he dropped it,
it was dope.
It was like Proof was still alive.
Yeah, like you want to make it so that people don't question, like, oh, is this just put together? Like, you want to listen to it and not even think if it's put together. That's how dope it's got to be. And like, so many other people have done it. So it's like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? Like, this is a hip hop. There is not a, like, hip hop has always had an instance of where studios will have verses and cuts from certain artists and stuff like that, and they just make stuff out of it. Like, they can add it to different beats and stuff. Like, it's math, bro. Like, this shit's been done for years. Yeah, like, this shit's been done for years. So it's like, come on, Swiss, like, don't be corny.
Stuff like you leave on a chopping board and then you come back to it later and you're like, oh, but this verse will actually sound better on this beat.
Yeah.
Or this beat, let me tweak this beat and let me take pieces and parts. I mean, because that's literally what Rick Ross does. Rick Ross is notorious for 4 bars here, 4 bars here. Oh, I don't like this 4 bars in this song. I'm gonna put this 4 bars over here. Literally.
Yeah. It's crazy, bro. It's very crazy. Like, this is how, I don't know. That's just something that's been part of the game for so long. So to put something out so sloppily and like so fast, it's just upsetting because like,
nothing about his death has been handled smoothly.
No, not at all, bro. It's a mess. And it sucks because like this album should have been like, they could have, honestly, with the amount of people they had on it, they could have, like, someone like DMX, we know he's been working forever. Even when he comes out of jail, I know he records 1 billion songs. They could have put out a fucking classic.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have been hard to put out a classic. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit of love would have went a long way. And, you know, but that's also me just saying, you know, Swizz Beatz is corny. Top 5 overrated. Top 5 overrated for me.
Crazy, bro.
Him and Timbaland have always been top 5 overrated in hip hop.
Nah, I like Timbo.
Timbo's nice, but I think in hip hop Timbo's overrated. But Timbo's nice because he does other things.
Yeah, he does other things.
He's top
I think
other things.
He's way better at the pop and R&B.
Yes,
he's way better at creating music. But when it comes to hip hop, the only time he really flourishes is when he's with somebody like Hove or Missy or you know. Other than that, he's not really. I'm not going. If I want a club banger, I may go to him, but I'm going to him in the respect where I'm bringing in Missy. Missy is the producer herself, and she understands.
I wouldn't be like, oh, I want to hear this rapper with Timbo. I want to hear this rapper. I never think that. If I'm like, yo, I want to hear Justin like, Timberlake or Bieber and Timbo, let's go. Like,
that's what I'm gonna do. If I want quality hip hop production, the first person I'm probably gonna hit up is I'm hitting Just Blaze up. Just Blaze is gonna be my first phone call, and then probably No ID. I gotta get 40. I gotta get 40 in here somehow. You know, 40 is just 40 is such a mass threat.
Where's he been?
Drake got him under a fucking rock. Drake's hiding him. Drake is hiding. He don't want nobody to touch 40 beats. Like, that's crazy because 40 is such like. 40 is a master at creating ambience. Like I feel like The Weeknd brings out 40 to like 50,000 degrees. If Weeknd in a 40 beat, it's gonna be a fucking hit.
Yo, let's talk. Honestly, like thinking about that, we need certain fucking certain rappers need to let go of producers. And specifically because you mentioned that, I'm thinking about that heavy. Like Drake needs to let 40 go, but Logic needs to let 6 go. You know, stop hogging all that niggas beats.
Yeah, stop hogging. Yo, bro, it's not fair. It's not fair, bro. Because every time I know it's a 40 beat, I'm like, yo, Drake is about to blank on this shit. He about to sing some real shit. Like I'm about to be drunk in my feelings. So thinking about a girl, I fucking got my heart broken in kindergarten. Like
seriously,
bro. Like 40 is 6.
You need to stop fucking
who else?
People.
Fucking what's his face from the dude that
Hove and Rhapsody need to stop hogging fucking Ninth Wonder.
Ninth Wonder.
There's a lot of producers that people just hogging.
I'm glad that Just Blaze got out of that shit. Like now he could he's a free agent and shit like that. Because Hove was hogging Just Blaze too.
And like fucking Heatmakers.
I was just about to bring that up.
Stop hogging them.
Stop hogging Heatmakers, man. Heatmakers is. Yo, bro, I need some real New York shit. I'm going to Heatmakers.
Yo, seriously. But see, it's barely because they're like, oh, we gave this all to Jim Jones and Cameron. Like, sorry,
right? Like Joel's got this. So
Jim Jones is putting out another classic. Jim Jones putting out a whole nother classic. Oh yeah, Joel's just got out, so we're giving him a classic. Sorry.
That's a fact, bro. Like, yo, stop hogging the Heatmakers, bro.
Crazy, bro.
I need some coal and Heatmakers. You know what I'm saying? Like that'd be fire.
Yo,
You know what
you know
else
who
would
I
be
want
fun?
to work with Heatmaker so bad because he is probably my like he's also very New York and he just sounds dope. I want Skyzoo to work with Heatmakers because I feel like that would be insanity.
That'd be pretty.
That'd
Cool.
be so crazy, bro. Like let's get
You
that
know,
going.
you know what I want? I want just this one time, Kendrick, just leave Dr. Dre for 1 second.
Yeah, I know.
Let me get Dr. Dre. I mean, let me get Kendrick
Kendrick's not
and
rapping anymore. He's done
Kendrick.
rapping.
No, Kendrick is doing his producer shit.
Yeah,
he's
he's
getting
done
producer
rapping.
credits. He got
a Pulitzer. He's probably teaching
let
at
me
college.
Let me get not even just Kendrick. Let me get a TDE. Let me get Schoolboy Q. Let me get just get the whole crew. Says all of them, and Just Blaze just doing the whole fucking album.
I would a Just Blaze Isaiah Rashad project would be
That'd be nice.
nuts.
That'd be nice too.
Yeah, but Kendrick's done. We don't even talk about it. He's not even in rapping. He's not a rapper anymore. He's done.
He ain't rapping no more. He's retired.
Yeah, he's done. He's retired. He just didn't want to tell us. He probably finished the him and J. Cole project and he's just listening to it like I don't need to rap ever again. No one needs to hear this.
He's on his Rihanna shit.
I never need to rap again.
He's on his Rihanna shit. I'm sitting on an album that's gonna be a classic, and I'm not gonna drop it.
It's because he was in Power. That was it. Once he was in Power, he's done.
Oh, it's the crackhead.
Yeah, that's it. He saw that Hollywood money and he was like, I'm done. All I had to do was be a crackhead. Like,
Nah, you know what it is? Yeah, I think it's the money from the Black Panther album. I think it's that. I mean, that album almost grossed as much as the fucking the movie.
Yeah, maybe. That honestly,
because the promotions from that one, where it was like 2 or 3 of them songs, they was on like almost every single commercial.
Yeah. Honestly, that was like that's Disney money.
That's money.
That's
money. And
he's probably working on the second one now too. Like that's
that's right. He's carrying the second one.
That's Disney money. You can't like Disney. People don't
get mad
realize
at that.
Disney owns
If you do
everything.
If you do a gig for Disney, they own you.
Yeah. No, honestly, Disney literally was it. I found out recently that Disney, don't they own ESPN? That's crazy.
Yeah. Yes. They own ESPN, ABC.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Now they own Fox. They own
crazy.
Whatchamacallit? They own what's the Freeform channel, whatever it's called now.
That's just too much. They own too much.
They own everything, though.
Yeah, they own too much. I remember when I was like, Disney's getting a little crazy because back in the day, Disney created this thing called the Touche. And like no one knew about this, but if you go on YouTube, you're gonna be like, what is this? But it's the future of the world. You're like, what is happening? But it was like this whole technology that like does your whole home. It's scary. If anybody's interested, look up Disney's Touche. And once I saw that, I was like, they're taking over the world. And sure enough, they are. Because I feel like all these movies are funding that project. But anyways.
What the fuck was the Touche? Don't blue ball me now.
Oh, dude. Honestly, look it up. It's this crazy software that like registers the wildest shit. Like they were going to start putting it on doors. So like you can like coordinate like whether to lock the door with hand gestures, or you can put your hand in water and it could tell like how many fingers you have in it. Shit like that. It's crazy. There's like a whole showcase about it, and it's like, what is happening? And I was like, why is Disney making this very advanced technology? And this was years ago. Like they were making like your phone, like you know how we have like the touch screen? They were gonna make like a wristband that made like a touchscreen phone on your arm, so you just like you're out in public pressing your arm and shit, like future shit. It's terrifying. But yeah, look that shit up. You guys are gonna be like, what the fuck is going on? I'll send it to you guys after. But then the last project we did, Dice isn't here, but this is fucking Lose Mans. This is Bad Fellas by The Truth, Staten Island, and Frank B. You're fucking mans. You know what it is though? I fuck with The Truth. He can rap musically. I don't know about his whole shit. I know everybody has something to say about this dude. Everybody has something to say about it. So he gotta be doing something wrong. But he can rap, and I will give him that.
He could rap.
He can rap.
He can rap.
He can rap.
I'm not gonna take that away.
Yeah, I can't. Like whatever he does on the outside. If he's doing bird shit, he could be a bird or whatever. But he can fucking rap. And
separate the artist from the music. Right?
Yeah, facts. Oh, people gonna be like, what about R. Kelly? I always hear that when people talk about that, and then I'll just start singing to them. I wish.
I posted an R. Kelly meme to our story the other day that didn't get as much love as I thought it should.
Dude, some of this.
It was him as Lionel Richie, and it said, "Is it P you're looking for?"
That's good. That's like that's.
I thought it was good. Didn't get as much love as I thought.
That's quality. But you know, it is what it is. But yeah, the fucking Bad Fellas project. This is dope because one, they're both rapping, but I like the theme of like, you know, the grimy fucking Italian, you know, the mobster shit that they kept through the whole project. I was really a fan of that. I also like that the dude on track 4's name is Bobby J from Rockaway, which is dope. But I had something. So I know it's like mobster. I know we know mobster stuff, but I remember, you know, I know Dice also has an issue with truth. Isn't that a thing? Does. So there's a track 4, which we all know the story, the Jimmy Hoffa thing, and like, do you paint houses and all that shit. But also I was just like, am I reaching when I say that maybe that Paint Houses song is a shot at Dice's group, House Painters?
I don't think you're reaching.
I didn't even think about that.
I mean, yeah, when I listened to the track, I was like, you know? So I don't know. Because if you listen to the song, a little spicy. But, you know, let me know. But I fuck with this project, man. I like the theme a lot. I like that they can fucking rap. I thought all the production was super fucking dope. I was a fan, man. I was a fan of fucking a lot that was going on. I think they had dope chemistry. And it's just super. It's Staten Island. It's borough heavy, man. This is like good shit. Like, this is that good backpacking, like, oh, who'd you just put on the radio? Oh, this is who it is type of rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got both dope cadences. They were going back and forth. They were keeping on theme. I fucked with it, man. I fucked with this project a lot, man. I like shit like this. I like themed projects, but when themed projects are done together as a group, I fuck with that too. I like when people work on something. I'm still waiting on, you know, Who and Not Your Man's trying to work with me. You know, we got Dice putting out full projects with Prophet and not talking to me.
Look, man, I already told you it's coming. All right. All right.
Stop rushing. Who's trying to work on a project with me? I did 3 features today. All right. I'm always rapping. I make beats.
It's coming, bro. It's coming.
I'm like, yo, Dice, you over here signing titties. All right. What's going on?
I still think that's questionable. I need to see this titty that he signed.
Ugly titties. Come on, Dice. We bothering you because
Midwestern.
They droopy titties.
Facts.
Droopy titties.
Orangutans. It's all good.
Nipples is by the belly button. You know what I mean? Like, I need to see these titties. Yeah, I need to see these titties he said he signed. I'm not saying he did it. I just said I need to see
Facts,
them.
Dice. Let us know when you signed a baby.
Right. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. If you're not signing babies, then you're not doing it, baby. You're not
Dice,
doing it.
Honestly,
what are you signing?
We gotta come after Dice. He hasn't been on with us in a while, and I know we talked to him in chat, but we gotta make sure he knows we still care. We gotta talk our shit. All right, Dice. All right. I don't appreciate that. And tell Prophet to smile more in pictures, man.
Yeah,
he looked like a villain from Inglourious Bastards, bro. Tell him to smile.
Dice is sitting there all cheesing and shit. I'm happy to be here. Then Prophet is just like, yeah, I'm just gonna get this check real quick.
Dice high key poses like a Dominican. He just don't wear the tight clothes. He like they're promoting a rap album, but Dice is internally promoting like an R&B bachata mix. Like, he is dead serious. All right, Dice, both of y'all need to smile a little bit. All right.
Yo, Dice looks like it's all business and play at the same time. Like, it's like party in the front, party in the back, business in the front. That's Dice. Like, that's the equivalent to what Dice is doing. I mean, and I'm not knocking it, baby. I love you, bro. Yo, do what you got to do. Get your money.
Shout out to the North Carolina wave, man. It's fire, man. Good for you. Salute to you, man.
Yo, and I already told you, Dice, I'm down to open up for you. Trying to do I'm down to open up, yo. I have them girls ready to throw some pennies on stage. I promise.
So you can sign those too. They might throw a baby on.
Sign them. You can sign some pennies, man.
Baby on the stage.
Yo, I do have one thing I have to say about them though. Those two. Dice, your name is Dice, and we know why, but your name is Dice, which is, used in gambling, D&D, and all that stuff. And Prophet's name is Prophet. Y'all never themed off of that?
Right?
You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't that be a dope thing, like you defying prophecy? That would be a fucking crazy scheme, like theme setup, But
yeah, we're not gonna talk about it.
Yeah, I know.
You giving him ideas. You giving. See, this is an idea that you should have kept. And now, if him and Prophet ever come at you, now you have ammo for a diss track. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's a fact. That's a fact. But yo, shout out to them. They're doing their thing. I don't know if they're back yet from North Carolina. Did he say he's back yet? I think I saw him.
He was flying. He was flying back. I don't know if he was back yet.
Shout out to them for that. They got that radio play on. Salute to that. I'm super excited to see him doing some work and getting out here on some COVID shit. So, hey, live it up. But that's all we got. That's the end of the episode. That's all the fucking projects we did. I'm not posting anything but this episode today because it's Monday, and I'm gonna post this in a little bit. But tomorrow I'm probably gonna do a single stream so people, because I know we got a lot of singles in there. And other than that, man, that's all I fucking got for you guys. You know.
Coffee to Go ends tomorrow on my birthday. The season 1 ends tomorrow. So we will be doing well, we're gonna do an episode, obviously, but we're gonna go live. We're gonna do something live and everything for my birthday. We're gonna do a
facts. And for Lou's birthday, send him. I'm gonna post his at the end of this video, because for his birthday tomorrow, just send him pics of your feet.
You're hungry.
And titty pics.
Facts. For his birthday, all the feet and titty pics. Even if you can get both in one shot, we'd be impressed.
Super impressed.
If you could like somehow put your feet underneath your titties and shit, yeah,
or like pinch your nipples with your big toe and your middle toe. Who knows?
Yeah, that's
a game changer.
I'd actually pay money to see that. I would pay actual currency to see that.
I'd be impressed.
I will give up some of my Dogecoin if I can see that. Yo, I promise you, I would.
Facts. Yo, hit the fucking. Oh, I'm gonna start doing this shit after stuff.
Yeah,
hit that
on,
like and subscribe and fucking hit up our
hit
website.
The bell notification.
Yo, send us some. Send us some music, and we also take crypto now. So hit us up, man. Send us some stuff.
And if you want a feature, hit up John, because I'm not doing any features.
Dude, all I do is features.
He's doing the features. I'm not doing no features.
I need to finish my music, but anyways, you still owe me a verse.
I know. It's already written. I just gotta record it, baby. I got you.
All right, fair. But that's all we got. We ended now. I'm off.